Welcome back to Beast Tamer Anime Review, episode number 3. I thought I reviewed this video yesterday. I may have either deleted it by accident or I may have forgotten this video. But since the last episode, I have watched 4 episodes. One I watched the one with the Wire Guys yesterday, and another watched one at home. I may have forgotten to review it. That or maybe got deleted. That's possible. So here's discussing episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5 is simply put basically the Beast Tamer Party versus the Hero Party, where you have, well, Kanda, where she's taking on the warrior of the group. Tina is taking on the women, and Rain is taking on Ados, the hero. And they're pretty, like in the case of the first one, it is hilarious, and the fact the warrior gets easily beat by Kanda. Tina basically just embarrasses the two women. And as for Adios, he gets basically his butt handed to him by the Beast Tamer. So they do in fact apologize. After the reason why this happened is because they kind of apologized, but wasn't really a very decent apology. So they want an actual apology. So they give an apology. And turns out the quest they have, is they want him to go get the Shield of Truth from the Lost Woods. And they want to go with him, but they're like, nah, we're doing our own. So the three of them go into Lost Woods, and they put a rock on the yellow rock on this top of their stone, and they think they're progressing it forward, but turns out they're going in circles. And the reason is because there's an illusion. And thanks to Tina, she's basically material search, and they come across a giant tree. By the way, when she first arrived in the forest, she wanted to burn the damn thing down, and of course Rain's like, no, don't do that. And she even suggested knocking down the tree. Don't do that either. And she wasn't going to do it, and then a fairy shows up. Yes, a fairy. Now, normally, fairies usually very small people. Like, basically the size of my hand-ish. There are some fairies who are, in fact, basically human-sized. They look like children. Not many series have done this, or in the case of one particular series where a fairy is evil, like Banished the Hero Party. But the only other series I can think of where a fairy is basically the size is, off the top of my head, Seven Deadly Sins. Fairies very rarely ever pop up in a lot of the fantasy anime I come across. What's usually the most popular creatures I usually see? I see elves, dwarves, lizardmen. I see a good amount of those. Dragonoids, obviously. Orcs occasionally. But fairies, very, very rare. And here's one for you. Guess how many anime I watched where they actually have dryads show up? Approximately 3. Death March Pillar Rhapsody had actually 4. Death March Pillar Rhapsody, The Hidden Dungeon Like Enter, Remonster, and of course, that's the Currents of Slime. Fairies, in her hand, aside from this one series, the only time I've seen fairies was in Banished the Hero Party and the Seven Deadly Sins. Off the top of my head, those two are the ones I can think of that have fairies in it. You've been thinking, oh, what about Fairy Tail? That was the title of the series. They never had actual fairies in it, sadly. Has there been any other isekai I've watched where they've actually fairies show up? Here's a bit of a shocker. No. Like, this is like only the third ever anime I have come across where they have a fairy. You think, you're probably thinking, wait, what about Yu-Gi-Oh? Kind of, yes, but they're like small little spirits, but yeah. But human-sized ones? That is like as I've said, this is like the only other series I've seen when they have this. You might be thinking, what about the last few series I watched? Was there any fairies in those? None. Yeah, fairies very rarely show up. It's like they're not that popular. Like, they're popular in American cartoons. Yes. American fantasy cartoons love having fairies. They love having them. Japan, on the other hand, from what I can tell, is not the biggest fan of having fairies show up in their series. Those may be my thinking. Does Overlord have fairies? Nope. Konosuba. Nope. Okay. Cautious Hero. Nope. What about the Rise of Hero? Not that I remember. Yes, like I just said, fairy's very rare thing. Now the first we see is Sora, and of course she tells them to leave. They come back, and she fires arrows, and of course they won't leave. And this is the way to gain her trust. So basically, they tell them why they're here, and she gives them the shield, no problem. But Rain knows something else is wrong with her. So after asking her what is actually the issue, because they trust each other, it turns out there is this creature known as the Shadow Knight has captured her twin sister. So Rain is like, okay. After explaining basically what happened, he goes out and basically battles the Shadow Knight, who is classified as a C-rank monster. I mean, when I saw this thing, and comes from basically see it kind of fully in episode 7, where it kind of looks like that Doraland from popped up in Chrono Super. Like, it's almost the same exact appearance, except his head's still on his body. Even the sword is like the same. It's like all this black ore around it. And this is a soldier in the army, in the demon army, which is interesting. Now, I'm not sure what's the purpose of the black aura surrounding him. It's not only to deny himself, but also his freaking sword. Eventually, thanks to the combined attack of 3 people, they beat this creature, return Sora's sisters to them, and, well, they don't want to continue to be shut-ins, as basically the youngest is referred to them as. They wanted to join them on the party. So, they request foreign bonds. So, the other girls have no problem with the fact this, so he does a double contract, basically, with 2 of them, and he nearly passes out, but they ask him about the other thing anyways, and bless you! So, they give the shield to the hero party. They're given 20 gold pieces, and he's going to offer a chance to join the party. He says no, and they leave. The hero party will play a role a little bit later, but not at this point. So, and also they had to keep the fact of fairies a secret, just like how the Dragonoid has to keep her thing a secret. So, and of course they share a room together once again. It's like, I really hope that room gets available soon, because he's going to kind of share a room with 4 girls now. And not just one girl, or 2. It's freaking 4 now. So you think, okay, so they form a party. What's next? Oh, by the way, how to defeat the knight? Basically using bees. Bees. My God. Well, their next quest is basically they go visit a weapon shop run by a dwarf. Now, this is popular. Yes, dwarves, Japanese anime, they love dwarves. Overlord didn't have dwarves pop up until season 4 of the show. Yes, but generally put, a lot of the anime I do come across do have dwarves show up in them. Like, I would say pretty much but all of them have dwarves. Yes, occasionally they have female dwarves, but a lot of time it's males. Yeah, a lot of time it's males, but... And sometimes, basically, they're kind of taller than normal dwarves. Usually, dwarves are the description is they're very short people. The male ones got long beards, and they're known for being very good craftsmen. The craftsman thing, that usually is common with pretty much every single version I've ever seen. And dwarves in popular American fiction. Now, when you think of dwarves in American fiction, what's usually the number one thing people think of when people think of dwarves? Lord of the Rings. Yep, Lord of the Rings. Because, of course, one of the primary characters, not one, is a dwarf. And same thing with the Hobbit trilogy. Who are the primary characters? A lot of them are dwarves. Though they're not, think of normal dwarves, not short. Like, one is like tall and slim. Like, a couple of them are tall and slim. Like, the only character I've seen like that is King Gazel from That Time Crimes of Slime. So, yeah. And they're looking for some new weapons. And it's like all this stuff in the shop. And of course, you have a guy walk up and say, here's somebody, give me your best sword. And he walks off. And apparently the sword is usually tossed aside because, ooh, I found something new, something nice and shiny that can basically replace it. So he hires them specifically to go to his mine that he owns and figure out where this mineral is going. Why is it disappearing? So they go there, and it turns out that the mine is being raided by adventurers. They are led by a beast tamer. I'm like, that's interesting. Oh, by the way, Tina and Kana basically beat the first two adventures, no problem. And they read the memories, and that's what they find about the beast tamer thing. But really good cliffhanger here, and I love it. And can you believe we're only 8 episodes into this series right now? And of the ones aired, there's like 5 left. Yeah, 5 more. You would think, oh, will I go do more episodes? Not really, no. I got 5 anime to work on right now. So, yeah. So this is going to be pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Now, what did I do the 2 anime left Thursday? Not just yet. The first anime I'm going to do is going to be... I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince. The reason? Final episode. That's why. So, that is next. And after that will be Too Much Moon Fantasy, Children of World of T Powers, and then I'll work on the 2 anime left from Saturday. From yesterday. Okay? But if I don't get a chance to do it, I might have to do it tonight. I might do it tomorrow. Okay? But see you next video. Bye.